daddy make a terrible stink. Very smelly. Maybe something can be done. But the little sisters seem to like order. Now we have to find the recruits. You become Big Daddy, it's a one-way street. But Ryan says don't worry. Recruits will be no problem. That Ryan. He's a good guy.
Could I have made mistakes? One does not build cities if one is guided by doubt. But can one govern in absolute certainty? I know that my beliefs have elevated me just as I know that the things I have rejected would have destroyed me. But the city, it's collapsing before my... Have I become so convinced of my own beliefs that I have stopped seeing the truth? Perhaps. But Atlas is out there, and he aims to destroy me and to destroy my...
Oh, that was gonna be a good voice line. Hacker's Delight. Oh my goodness.
Look at you. You look just the same as those. Oh, what things we have done. What things. Now the...
Eat bees. This is a little bit excessive, though. So now we have to play the rest of the game like this.
What's there?
Oh, there was another room I didn't go in.
Mama's here. I'll hold you.
And I've got to go in every room.
Ryan reminds us we all make choices, but in the end, our choices make us.
Ah, there we go.
Fontaine, scary son of a bitch. But Ryan, cheap son of a bitch. You can no reuse protector suit. Take a man, graft the skin and organs straight into suit. Otherwise, your suit not work. Ryan say Big Daddy too expensive. Ryan can go suck an egg.
How do I, leave this place? I seem to have gotten super turned around. Okay. Out. This way? Ah, there we go.
You know, you should be thanking me. I brought you here. I showed you who you are. Nobody never told you nothing but lies till I come along.
What should I even get at this point? Incinerate 3. And Human Inferno 2, maybe? Alright. let's look. Become a Big Daddy. Search nearby labs. Big Daddy boots in the library. Use the larynx modification machine. The library. Oh, this place. Oh. There's the boots. Oh my gosh, you sound so noisy.
We will make Big Daddy out of you yet, I think. There is only one piece missing. The voice box modification machine in optimized eugenics.
Where you gonna go? Your life? Your family? They're a fairy tale, kid. No more real than something you read about in the Saturday Evening Post. Poor bastard. A motherless freak, whipped up in a half-baked science experiment.
Have a feeling.
Mother Goose
Yep.
really got her hooks into you. You can knock Ryan all you want, but the old man was bingo on one point of fact. You won't even walk till somebody says go.
The heck was that noise? Alright, no more voice box for me.
Yes. Now this is a Big Daddy. Are you ready? Now go to the Little Sister vent by the proving ground.
I've got the atom now. You think that pin suit's even half enough to put the fear in me?
I don't know why they thought lying on the ground would be a good idea. Alright. Ammo check. Okay, so I've got my SMG to take out people, my steel bolts. I've got those two things to take out enemies. Or robots, rather. Hey there, Big Daddy, how's it going? How do you do, fellow Big Daddy? Wait, where do you want me to go? This way.
You need to bring them out of hiding and then they'll let you in the door. Go on, hit the vent with your wrench.
Oh, now we have to escort them?
Und bitte. It would mean very much to me if you will be gentle with the girl. Mein kleines Mädchen.
What? It was not impossible to build Rapture at the bottom of the sea. It was impossible to build it anywhere else.
The little ones will lead you to Fontaine, but you must protect them.
Why? Wait. Isn't the whole deal that they're invulnerable?
That's it, kid. It's been a long road. You don't even remember most of it. Put you on a sub when you were just a sprout.
Why do I have to protect them?
Hurry! Hurry, Mr. Bubbles! Up, up, Mr. B! No time to wait! go, Mr. B.
No, not the whale.
Hurry, Mr. B. I can see the angels dancing in the sky.
I really wound you up with that wife and child.
Don't be a slowpoke,
Oh,
Mr.
me
B.
poor Moira.
Angels
I
don't
me
wait for
wee
slowpokes.
baby Patrick. Maybe one day I'll get me a real family. They play well. Look.
Yeah, I'm confused why she has a health bar.
Hurry, Mr. Bubbles. Hurry, Mr. B. I can see the angels dancing in the sky.
Test subject number 1?
Oh, Mr. B.
Look at them.
Oh.
We hit the jackpot.
Even though they are physically
Time to go,
free of
Mr.
the need to gather, Su Chung's mental conditioning still holds them to their terrible task. For sins such as this, we can never atone.
Hop, hop, Mr. B. No time to waste.
So I gotta defend him now? Yeah.
Special. Time to go, Mr. B. It was a pretty angel, Mr. B. Ice Adam, Mr. B. Hurry, Mr. B. Angels are waiting for our kisses. I'm a good girl, Mr. B. Hurry, hurry, Mr. Bubbles.
Is that it?
Hop, hop, Mr. B.
I'm coming.
Wait. Don't be a slowpoke, Mr. B.
Oh, goody.
Angels.
You know what? Get an extra hand here.
Hurry, Mr. B. I can see the angels dancing in the sky.
We have 8 anti-personnel rounds.
Out!
This
For certain their harvesting will draw the attention of the splicers.
Hop, hop, Mr. B. No time to waste. This angel looks like dancing.
Ah, wrong. I keep expecting...
Hurry, Mr. B. I can see the angels dancing in the sky.
keep expecting it to be a quick swap to the previous weapon. And it's not. Oh my gosh, this swap takes so long.
It makes me special. Hurry, hurry, Mr. Bubbles. Ice Adam, Mr. B. Time to go, Mr. B.
Time to go.
Come on. This angel looks like dancing.
Ah.
Don't be a slowpoke, Mr. B. Angels don't wait for slowpokes.
Yeah, it isn't affecting FOV too much. But it is annoying.
Hurry, Mr. B. Angels are waiting for our kisses.
Or rather, it's just like... I'm really playing the rest of the game like this, huh?
Hop, hop, Mr. B. No time to waste.
Hey there,
Hurry,
Big Daddy.
Mr. B. I can see the angels
Get your own.
dancing in the sky.
Rapture is on the rise.
Wait. Oh, crap.
Hop, hop, Mr. B. Time to go, Mr. B.
Sure, he doesn't get any health back either.
Don't be a slowpoke, Mr. B.
Oh my gosh, what are you doing in there, girl?
Never spliced up once the whole time I was down here in this aquarium. Figured it was bad to mix business with pleasure, but forget all the nose candy and floor polish I've been wasting time with. This
Floor polish?
milk.
Angels are waiting for kisses.
Oh my gosh, she's dead.
They are not longer infused with Adam. They are as vulnerable as any child.
Oh god. Wait.
If a little one falls, you can call for another at the vent. But to lose even one is a sin.
Did I just get a bad ending because one of the little ones died? Okay, so I understand now why... Oh my gosh. So, I mean, if that is bad ending, then bad ending obtained. But, I mean, she was never going to survive the entire time.
Better for the girls to be with you. Better with you than alone. Alone in the crawling darkness.
I've been wonderful.
Where's the closest vent? Bioshock 2 is just more of this. Yeah, I can see why people might be a little bit upset. Or maybe not upset, but not into it. Sure, the game is like slightly forgiving, right? I mean, they literally ambush you in the middle of water. They even ambush you with turrets. Turrets do not activate automatically against Big Daddies, but they do against me, I guess. Wait, could I have activated this one?
Hurry! The harvesting will draw the attention of the slicer.
Play! Tell play! Come where I can. Oh! Look, I'm a star! I'm a good girl, Mr. B.
It'd been nice to hack that turret, I guess.
It looks sad, Mr. B. It was angel.
Bees were just stinging that guy to death. I guess it explains why it looks different. Yeah, I think I could have activated the one right next to that location.
Only the little ones can open these doors.
Oh my gosh, is it
Protect
fire in there?
That might be plenty for the working scrubs and the pencil pushers. But I need more. More! I want a splice till there ain't nothing left to splice with!
This looks like a nice,
Fontaine is nearby. You are reaching close now.
final room. Oh, there was one more set of health upgrades. I didn't realize. Oh.
There. You must use the needle of the little sister to drain Fontaine of his Adam. It is the only way to defeat him.
Oh, okay.
Fontaine waits above. There will be no going back from here.
But wait, what about
Sure
the...
you are ready to face him before moving on.
What about the, Adam she was just harvesting from those guys out there? No, those don't count.
Welcome to the Circus of Value.
Well... Alright. If I'd known there was going to be one more batch of health upgrades, I would have bought some of those other things. But whatever, it's fine. Oh wait, the heck, I don't have my helmet on. Oh, I guess I wouldn't need the helmet on, would I? Because...
remember when me and the crowd put you in that sub?
Wait.
You were no more than 2. You were my ace in the hole. But you were also the closest thing I ever had to a son. And that's why this hurts. Betrayal, kid. Life ain't strictly business.
Saving content. Okay. I wish I could have saved before coming down here, but... Really? He became like a golden god? He became Atlas! Oh my god. He lost his dick in the process, I guess. Just call me a buster?
Need a minute. Then I'm gonna cut you into bits.
Slurp, slurp, slurp. Now he's electric. Whoa. No, he's ice.
You think I'm alone in this world? I got more than enough mugs to watch my back while I recharge.
Heck. I'm gonna hack it. Ah. Oh! That's pretty cool. I did that on accident, but...
I'm gonna bury you. Oh, little eggs.
Slurp. Oh, he doesn't count as a subject?
Fight me properly. Come on! I'm not finished! Good money for you. This is what I get.
It's so comically huge compared to how it is in the little sister's hand.
I had you built. I sent you topside. I called you back, showed you what you was capable of. Even that life you thought you had, that was something I dreamed up and had tattooed inside your head. Now, if you don't call that family, I don't know what is. And now,
Yeah, child murder! Or other way around, not murdering child, but child... What would the phrase for that be? Whatever. Oh, they look much less creepy now. Was this part of the remaster?
And you refused it.
Okay, I think I got the good ending.
Instead?
Even though I lost one little sister.
What I've come to expect of you. You saved them. You gave them the one thing that was stolen from them. A chance. A chance.
Oh my gosh, they went to college.
To find love.
Raising 9 girls that all went to college.
And in the end, what was your reward? You never said. But I think I know. A family.
That ending feels like they didn't intend this to be like a series. Because I mean, that's a pretty not open-ended ending, but like that's I guess the good ending. We just summarized the next 50 years of his life. I guess he lived to a nice old age, despite being a weird, freaky clone. That's good to know. I don't know what happened to her. She just stayed back there, I guess. What happened to Rapture itself? Did Rapture itself just keep going? Just eventually explode? Because the entire city is just full of freaks and insane people? I don't know. But as a game of the year for 2007, it probably did a lot of interesting things for the first-person shooter genre. I mean, obviously this is past things like Modern Warfare and Call of Duty, but, you know, introducing some RPG elements, like all the different power-ups you have, It seems like it aged fairly well. Obviously the difficulty in the beginning and maybe towards the end got a little bit spicy. But I only died, I think, twice? Obviously I made a few mistakes here and there. I wasn't playing perfectly. A lot of the weapons felt oddly balanced. Like, the pistol was... You had to use the specific ammos at the end of the game. There were certain... I think that there were enemies you should kill with plasmids and some you should kill with bullets. But I didn't make it rock, paper, scissors, so that you had to do one or the other. Eventually everything did just die when it got shot. So, you know, as a twist, I think that it did pretty well. I never finished my thought earlier. So yeah, like, the twist is well known nowadays, but... And I was conscious of it going in, and I was making notes of any time he said, "Would you kindly?" And they don't layer it on as much in the beginning, actually. I can only think of like 4 or 5 instances through the game where I was like, oh, he said it, and they said it. It wasn't till further on in the game that it really got more overt. And like, oh, you could pick up on that. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but just something I noted. But, yeah. How long did I end up taking for this? I think it ended up being about 10 hours. I'm trying to think what's gonna be next after this. We could check out some of the director's commentary that I found some of. Let's see. I can't check Steam right now. Alright, let's see. Director's commentary. I missed 3 of them. Making Rapture real.
Hey, I'm Jeff Keighley.
Oh my gosh, Jeff Keighley, jump scare.
Behind the scenes to hear some untold stories about the making of Bioshock with Ken Levine and Sean Robertson.
We'll watch this first one.
Let's talk a bit about the theme and setting of Bioshock Rapture.
Talk about the themes.
A lot of people, when they played the game for the first time, Ken, they wondered, how did you even dream up this place? And I know you've said publicly before that part of the reason you sort of, what led you to Rapture was this idea of fully simulating a place. Tell us about that sort of idea and the frustrations you had with other games where you sort of hit a bound.
I think our philosophy was always to do what we were doing 100% rather than try to do something bigger and do it 50% or 40%. So one of the ideas of, you know, and this sort of came from System Shock 2 as well, where you focus on an area that you can really bring to life.
I realize it's the same developers as System Shock 2.
Well, why can't I go over the bridge to New Jersey? So we were able to really make a place, I think, that felt believable and real, even though in actuality it was really quite limited. But we just sort of dressed it with all these buildings outside that were all, you know, they were all basically glorified fakes. We let the story drive what we needed to show rather than some kind of like predetermined map which we set down, which is a little different than like System Shock 2, where we actually mapped a spaceship out deck by deck.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what the philosophy felt a little different there, because you want to feel like a real spaceship that was sort of stacked on top of each other. Rapture was free to sprawl across the ocean floor.
Although you guys originally, John, were talking about doing this game on a sort of spaceship again, right?
Yeah, when we first started talking about what the spiritual successor to System Shock 2 was going to be, spaceship came up, but again, you know, we wanted a limited environment, and we didn't necessarily want to do spaceship again. And our first actual exploration of this space was underwater, but ultimately ended up looking like a spaceship. It just happened to have a couple of seaweed fronds outside. And that started to push us towards what artistic statement that we wanted to make.
Okay, so it wasn't originally
for the world.
Set in the 40s.
At every turn, we were going to try to remind the player that they were in fact underwater and that this wasn't a spaceship.
And how, like, underwater, we obviously know you did underwater, then...
Unless they were just reusing some assets.
Where did you come with the idea of, like, doing this underwater?
I think there's probably...
To me, the idea of being in the 40s is more interesting than just underwater. I mean, yeah, underwater is part of it, but...
Spaceship, summer camp, you know, like any island notion, right? Something that's cut off from the rest of the world. Yeah. So you never felt like you should be able to go over that bridge to New Jersey.
I don't want to apply some deep and meaningful conversation. I think it was one of those ideas that you just kind of say, and then everybody, well, that sounds cool, let's try that. Let's go for it.
And I think it lended itself to having very nice views out the window without having to build an insane amount of unique assets.
Right.
By today's standards, we still were a small team back then. And there's an expectation that because you're underwater, the view distances are going to be short, so you can really kind of fade out into the fog at a short distance and not have the expectation that, why can't I see forever? So there's a lot of limitations in a good way that we put on ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I was just kind of playing through, but I could have spent more time just soaking in the environment. But that was sort of what I mentioned earlier. It feels a little bit weird because sometimes you just...
Let's do this underwater, let's do this sort of...
You immediately just gravitate towards bodies and try to loot them.
Why would someone...
They played with that later on by having enemies play dead, but then it was just, okay, shoot them, and then loot them.
I think we wanted a very believable reason why they'd be there. And sort of the necessary isolation of the place sort of led to, well, what kind of person would want to do this? And I wasn't even particularly aware of the sort of political implications of what I was reading, but I've been reading, I had read The Fountainhead by Ayn Rand, and I mostly thought it was an interesting story. Like, I didn't realize that people were sort of basing their sort of political lives around it, because I wasn't that tuned in to that stuff at that point. And so, but I love the dialogue and the kind of speechifying in it, because you can see a video game character speaking with that kind of certainty and that kind of confident philosophy. It just seemed like a natural kind of thing to apply.
I think that's very interesting.
It all came together as a very...
I mean, obviously, like, there probably are people who are more into the political ideas on the team, like knowing the implications.
Sort of ideal.
But the idea that he was just like, oh, I read this book and had this very interesting character. Let's make him in our video game.
I am Andrew Ryan, and I'm here to ask you a question. Is a man not
Missing that
to the sweat
northeastern accent.
No, says the man in Washington, it belongs to the poor. No, says the man in the Vatican, it belongs to God. No, says the man in Moscow, it belongs to everyone.
We knew, from a technical standpoint...
I wonder how long this is. Is this like, is each one 15 minutes long or something?
Compelling storyline, a backstory that why would this place exist? Otherwise, how are we going to make Rapture feel like it's lived in if we don't have the reason for it to be there?
I'll be honest,
so once we
knowing that this is made by the people who made System Shock does make sense. But like, nothing about Rapture feels real.
I think that's why we had to have sort of Andrew Ryan's pitch right at the beginning of the game. We wanted people to understand why somebody...
You walk into an area and it's just...
very personal one-to-one pitch to the gamer, but also that was the pitch.
It's too lavish while at the same time missing...
You can be free of all these. You could not be
like,
sort of put upon by the government.
Actual living spaces.
All these other things that will plague you on the surface.
Well, I mean, not in the same way you would build something on the surface in real life.
Otherwise, by the time you got there, you'd be like, well, this place is just fantasy. Nobody would ever come here. And that the beauty of the place was also tied into that. It had to be a very attractive proposition, or people who would believe that people would leave their lives and go to the bottom of the ocean.
I'm sure in some ways you had to
I mean, it looks nice, but it's like, yeah, you walk into a room and it's like, hey, here's the TV, here's the couches, no kitchen, it's 4 bedrooms.
Everybody read the Fountainhead.
Exactly. I bought 30 copies of it.
Yeah, I think, you know...
Here's a 2,000-page book or something.
Yeah.
Go read it.
I mean, it really is more organic. You know, like I said, we knew that we had this location, and you struggle to fill it with stories, and you struggle to find meaning of why does this place exist, you know? What's my motivation? And
that's not like a critique. Like, I think it works really well as like a video game space. Oh, that's interesting. There were birds in the concept art.
Like, this is something that really hasn't been done in a video game before. And if we had flipped it and come up with the idea first before the location, I don't think we would have really been that excited about it. But we had a location, and now we're trying to fill it with that story. And because
yes, it was certainly late 2000s video game.
Make this work. This is going to really make it feel like a lived-in space.
You know, as you think of sort of...
But I think it does a good job balancing, like, easy to pick up combat.
For me, it was going to rock.
With enough different ways to approach combat, enough variety. Well, also, it has a really nice story to it. Like, it's memorable.
It's because every building, you're sort of encircled. It's this block in New York, or a couple of blocks in New York, where Radio City Music Hall is, and where 30 Rockefeller Plaza is, where you see that show 30 Rock, and the ice skating rink, and where they put the Christmas tree, and it's this very iconic location. But what's cool about it, it's all one. Unlike the rest of the city, everywhere you look, it's one architectural style. It's Art Deco. And it's very iconic Art Deco. And my wife and I were there, and we were sort of working on the game, and we didn't have a visual style. And all of a sudden, I started looking around.
They didn't have a visual style yet.
It could be a visual for the game. Also, the geometry of it was actually quite conducive to making a video game because it wasn't overly complicated geometry. Art Deco is quite
bold and simple.
I mean, I guess working on the video game is kind of vague.
Tourist cameras this was before iPhone cameras, you know.
Throwaway cameras,
yeah, throwaway cameras, those little Kodak things, and we just started photographing doorknobs and light fixtures, and just sort of developed the photos. Remember that? Brought them in and said,
"Come to the office. Here's a stack of stuff,
here's a
Sean.
stack of photos.
Take a look."
I'll see you guys in a couple of years. Go make this.
Oh, I forgot there was a giant squid.
Where the scientists would not be bound by petty morality, where the great would not be constrained by the small.
But again, that's very interesting to hear, because you know, you think about how games are made nowadays, and there's so much done by committee, by
characters, and then you really had to build the narrative around it.
By like research groups and all that stuff, because making a game is so much more of an investment now. It's so much like make or break.
The story of the game you wanted to, I'm sure, reflect.
And here they're just like, you know what, we want to make an isolated sort of shooter game underwater. Let's kind of have an Andrew Ryan type person, and oh, you know what, maybe Art Deco could be cool. They just sort of like, they made it up as they went along. It was like, hey, yeah, this seems cool.
We never wanted to cut away to a cutscene where you saw Andrew Ryan, planning and scheming. We wanted him to be very present without actually being present. But once you had Ryan, and once you had his desire to protect this vision of his,
Did they ever explain how you're hearing him through the entire game? Did you pick up like an earpiece or like a phone or something?
And so characters like Tenenbaum came along, like, here's a person who's in opposition to him for this reason, and then you have, for more noble reasons, and then you have a character like Atlas who's much more cynical opposition. Once we had all those characters already, we're like, well, who are you? And you ended up being a sort of a pawn in the middle of all this opposition to Ryan. We just kept
again right there,
in on that theme and
like, okay, we want to have these specific characters in the game. Like, okay, these antagonists,
even though you don't know you're an integral part of this.
And then eventually they came up with the idea of you, of like your character, who is the reason the game is happening.
know he'll be an angel soon.
I mean, okay. So that was about 15 minutes. I'm not going to watch all of them. Questions of morality. Now that sounds like a fun thing to hear Jeff Keighley talk about. But, what's the museum? Is it like the Modern Warfare 2 museum? A guided tour of ideas... Oh. Oh, this is neat. Like, prototype models that never got really finished or put into the game. And, like, concept art. I like this. Like a neat art book. Oh, they were gonna have, like, slug enemies? Oh. Huh? Oh my gosh, look at this guy. I was gonna stop right here, but I'm intrigued to see what the heck they were possibly cooking up for this game. There's so much stuff just left on the floor. I will say that, you know, enemy variety was suffering a fair bit. The further into the game you got, things did just sort of feel like you're just always shooting the same 4 enemy types. Because you were. I don't know if these guys were necessarily the solution, making things like these. Not as much cut contact as a Easter egg for the observant museum visitors. These sea creatures could be seen swimming past. Oh. Yeah, I own quite a few art books, and this is really neat. This creature whose job it was to reclaim Adam corpses was the earliest iteration of the idea behind the little sister. So these were the original little sisters. Huh. Yeah, I like this. I wish more remasters would do stuff like this. This was the last bad model we did before moving on to actually end up being the shipping game. Why don't we use humans instead? We thought these guys as Scooby-Doo monsters. They were too inhumane to evoke empathy. Yeah, I can see why they changed stuff. Ooh. What the heck is this? Back when we were working on SWAT 4. Earliest pieces done for Bioshock. Huh. Alright. Well, thank you all for watching. We'll be back. We'll be continuing this Game of the Year series with GTA 4. Again, a game I've seen played a little bit. I don't think I've seen any real campaign missions done, actually. I know some of the vague storylines of that, but it'll be a pretty fresh playthrough, and I might have to look up how long it is, but we'll see if I play the whole thing. We'll see if I just end up playing for about a month, but I mean, it's not like I'm in a super rush. I'll probably do the 2 DLC stories as well. It really depends if I end up doing the whole game, if I end up liking it, because I mean, at the same time, this series is just intended to sort of fill up the 3rd slot. And right now I've got Yakuza. Oh, actually, you know what? Given how long GTA 4 is, I might wait on it. Because right now I've got Code Vein 2. I've got, Yakuza 3, which are both decently long games, I think. And then we've got Resident Evil in just like a week. Okay, a little bit under 2 weeks. I don't want to go over 3 games at a time, so I'll probably just go ahead and maybe pause here. We will come back with GTA 4 when I finish up one of the 3 newer games that I'm playing. So, yeah. That seems like a good plan to me. Thank y'all for stopping by. I'll see you next time for whatever game that ends up being.